Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about gas. Not that kind of gas. We're going to be talking about gear acquisition syndrome. And we're going to be talking about it coming up next. Hey, what's up guys? It's Diana here with Entree Women TV, helping you transition your passion into the business that you love. And on this channel, I provide small business as well as personal development tips, helping you build and develop your small business, as well as giving some tech gear reviews, something like what we'll be going through today. But so if that's something, if you're up your alley, then consider subscribing. Today I want to be talking about gas. And like I said, it's not like passing gas, but gear acquisition syndrome. And what that is that as you get in the mode for creating, you define, lavalier or lapel mics like what I'm wearing right now, or you find, extra lens for your camera that you may want to use, or as simple as picking out the camera that you want to use, and you find all kind of little gadgets and all kind of gear that make things easier, but it can tend to take control. And so we don't want that to happen, but we also don't want to have you invest in a whole bunch of things that you really don't need, and really just figure out how to pick the best things the first go round, and not having to mix and match and send things back. And I know from my own personal experience on the accounting side, it can be a bit of a headache if you're constantly purchasing and returning items as well. So to avoid any of those issues, we're gonna be talking about, just some of the pros and cons when it comes to dealing with gas, how to avoid it overall, as well as something new coming to the channel, in which this is going to be the first video for. Okay, so with gear acquisition syndrome, there is the need that you need something better. There's that endless, insatiable need. I have to have the next best thing. That's not the case. There are people that have done much better content with way less resources and things like that, but it doesn't negate maybe feeding into your needs or your wants. Now let's talk about how to deal with this. When it comes to especially something, now I'm specifically going to be referencing video equipment and things like that, because it's easy to fall into that trap. And the same thing kind of goes for cell phones. When you're talking about, like, let's say this is the Canon M3. This is the Canon M3. I'm recording currently on the Canon M6. Obviously, this was my first camera. This is my, actually it's my second camera. That's my third camera. And this is the third lapel microphone. Does it take 3 times, or is the third time really the charm when it comes to buying stuff? No, but you have to test things out and see what will work for you. The way that you can know, especially with something as simple as video equipment, is that you have to, again, go through the list that I talked about in the live stream when you're picking your first camera, and what are the things that you're going to use it for. Same thing for the microphone. Yes, it's good to have a wireless lavalier or lapel system where you can do interviews from 50 feet away and sound as good as this audio sounds here now, but is it needed? Like, I'm sitting, what, a foot or 2 from my camera? No, a wired lapel microphone works just fine. However, if I am going to do an interview, what is another option or budget option that I can use? When it comes to, again, picking out something like this, or even a cell phone that may help you be more efficient in your business, then you want to look at what things are most important to me. They like to sell, for any manufacturer, they like to sell the features, the apps, and all those different things. You want to figure out, how is this item really going to benefit you in your business? How are you going to be able to recoup the money that you spent in your business? And don't psych yourself out saying that, oh, I know that if I could just make better quality videos, I could get more clients. It doesn't work like that. It's the content of the videos that matter, which is why you can create on your cell phone and still get a client. A lot of my first videos on my cell phone, I still got clients. This just helps me, one, be able to create better, more mobile. I can keep the charge on my phone better and not burn through it so fast. And I actually have a dedicated camera for all of the videos that I make. I definitely don't want to rely on my phone, and I don't want to take my phone out for the sake of video, so it makes sense to make the purchase. So again, make sure that that purchase actually makes sense, but then to justify the cost of what it is that you are actually buying. Another thing, again, like, you got to get your hands on the equipment that you're going to use. Really test it out, and not let the salesman talk to you for 20 minutes about why it's great, this and that or whatever, and sell you on it. But like, have them go away for a minute and just give you a minute to really focus in on it. Look at yourself, walk away. Is it holding focus? Is it not? What does the audio sound like, and things like that. And sometimes it takes just trying stuff out to make sure it is what you want it to be. But a lot of times having gas comes from watching too many YouTube videos and seeing a specific component work well in somebody else's system for what they wanted to use it for. They're giving you all the pros and cons from their perspectives and in their opinions based off of the way that they use it. You really want to find somebody that's using the equipment in the way that you're going to use them. If you're going to be a photographer and go do landscape videos, that's a whole nother different person than whoever's, videotaping their kid or just even high schoolers at football and basketball games that need and have totally other different requirements. So when it comes down to it at the end of the day, to avoid having gas, just make sure that you're making purchases that make sense, that you can justify the cost, and that you make sure that you, if you can, get your hands on it physically and really try it out for yourself. Put it through its paces. If you're going to invest in equipment for your business, whether that's a microphone, whether that's a camera, get to a local camera store if you can. See if you can borrow someone's. If someone in your family has an older camera, give it a shot. Learn the different things about it, and maybe have a list of videos ready to go. When that camera comes in the mail, you've already watched several tutorials of how to set up the settings, specifically what you want. I did that for myself specifically when I was going to invest in a Canon T5i. Wrote down the settings specific to what would work with this setting. Had my lights set up, figured out how those needed to work to give me even lighting on my face. Make sure I had myself framed up well so that my head isn't way at the bottom of the picture, or that it's not, only recording right here. So it's just simple things. So that's where I'm going to end it when it comes with gear acquisition syndrome. So question of the day: what equipment makes you have bad gas? Is it cell phones? Is it camera equipment, kind of like how it is with me and computers? Or what is it that you specifically catch gas about? So let me know in the comments down below. Well, thanks for checking out today's video. Definitely consider subscribing if you enjoy content like this, as well as business development tips when it comes to software and the tips and tools that make it easier and helpful for you to run your small business. But as always, my friends, live with passion. I'll see you guys on the next video in this series right here at Entre Woman TV. Take care, my friends. Okay, so if you stuck around to the end of the video, then I want to give you a heads up. So what we're going to be covering is not just video equipment reviews and things like that in this series. We're actually going to be diving deep. We're going to be going into exactly how to set up the settings on your camera, as well as some sneak peek tips into some camera applications that make you get shots just like this, even on your cell phone. So make sure you stay tuned and get the notifications for the channel so that you can get all the videos in the series.